All right, so I have already checked off one item off my goal list for the next 6 weeks. As you can tell, my office is remodeled, cleaned. You can't quite see all of it. Like there's about half the office here basically is sort of obstructed behind to the right of the camera there, but as you'll see, rearranged the office here a bit. Looks a whole lot cleaner. My desk is still a bit cluttered, but I'm checking it off. It's getting a check that I have taken care of the first item on my list. I hadn't intentionally planned on tackling the office remodeling so quickly. It was one of those things where I just happened to film the video, and I tend to be pretty type A about things. So I enjoy just like making like goals, like sometimes even really easy ones, like just padding them. Just that way I get the euphoria of just actually checking something off. So I did the filming last night, and then I just got the idea in my head. All right, let's just tackle the remodel right now. Let's just do it. Let's get the momentum underneath me. So yeah, it's been about I don't know, about 3-4 hours basically going through and just taking everything out, redesigning everything, and putting things back and kind of rearranging things. And I will say, as something to take away from this, if you ever find yourself in some sort of like slump, like either creative or emotional or mental, it helps if you can do something like I did where you pick a task that's unrelated to what you're doing and can use that to sort of prime the motivation. Like for example, if you find basically maybe you're going through like some sort of like emotional slump, often what people will tell you is, if you ever study like habits or behavior, is instead of focusing on the emotional side of things, focus more on the physiology instead. So they'll tell you, okay, good, so go exercise instead. Like go out and do something completely different. Get the physiology going first. The idea being that the physiology tends to inform the psychology. There's no mind body separation. Your mind is an organ just like any other muscle. So the idea is that if you focus on exercise, the physiology first, you'll get the sort of dopamine and the serotonin and all that stuff, all the pleasure chemicals from that. Your mood will improve, and then you'll have that sort of psychological boost to start tackling your other items. I tend to get the same sort of feeling from just tackling the remodel that I did to my office, where it was nothing to do with writing at all, but just the idea of doing that, of just getting something checked off and doing something unrelated to writing, gave me that little boost. That so when I went in today to start taking care of my writing related items, that I went in basically with a good degree of motivation. So just a little tip there, if you ever find yourself like in that same situation where you're facing kind of a daunting task, or you've got you're not in the right emotional headspace, stepping away from what you're doing and doing something completely like 180 related, just as a means of kind of priming your psyche, I find that tends to work quite well. But yeah, so just got back to it. Just went through and obviously did my reviews, my read through of the Write Everyday draft there. Probably take me about a day or so to finally complete the read through. But once I do, I'll start going through and I'll start making the corrections on the computer. So yeah, about another day or so left of doing the second draft review.